Hey, all my crafty friends. I'm so glad that you are here with me today. Here is the first installment of getting Christmas cards ready and cards in general. I will be slipping in a few of these. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like these? Are you not a fan of these? But today we are working on a challenge by My Favorite Things. If you do like making cards and you need some guidance sometimes, go on over there. I'll have the link in the comments below, and they have a lot of good challenges, and a lot of them you don't have to use My Favorite Things supplies, which is one thing I absolutely love, because I don't have that many supplies from several different shops or stores or whatever brands. My Favorite Things is one of my brands that I do like. I have a few of their Christmas things, but as you know, from a lot of my other, crafty endeavors, I don't tend to try and spend a ton of money. I either get digitals, I just don't have it in my budget. And I try to spend money on things that like I can use several times over again, like inks and that type of thing. The fact that I can enter a contest to win $50 gift cards and not have to use specific products. They do have some that you do have to use specific products, but not all of them. So, all right, so we're going to get started here on a wonderful blend. This is one thing that I am trying to venture out on and just blend more colors. And I thought this would be a perfect time to do that. So as you can see, we are using Catch Flamingo Seedless Preserves prized ribbon, right? I believe that's the prized ribbon. Let me see. Yep, prized ribbon and tumble glass to make this 4-way blending. I did leave this in here because it did take me a minute to get it to blend. I definitely had to go over it and then back over it. But just keep working on it. I am working with Nina White 110 pound weight paper. So this paper does soak the ink in, but I have lots of this paper. So we will continue to work through it until we get more and more paper. I am looking at purchasing maybe the Bristol White smooth paper, I believe. I've heard great things about that. So this was just an impulse buy when I first started working on cards. I felt like everybody worked with Nina White. So I did it, and it comes in like reams of 100. So, we have lots of cards to make out of that paper. We're getting through it, though. We're going to get through it. All right, so here you can see I am working through that. I did leave most of this in here just so that you guys can kind of see how it progresses. But we are working on a Christmas card. I told myself that I would love to make 2 Christmas cards a month. And I think that this is kind of the perfect way to do that, because honestly, My Favorite Things also has like a Christmas challenge, so that you can, it's like, I think it's like Get Ready Set or something for Christmas, so that you can, keep on those Christmas cards and not at the end of the year be hustling to make, 1.5 million Christmas cards. Hopefully this will help with the burnout at that point. So what can you do? So I've made 2 Christmas cards so far already this year. Super excited about that. And here we are with the third. So, all right. I am using my metallic paints. I think I got this in like a sub box at one point. I don't even know. And I remembered it a while ago, and I'm like, oh, I need to pull that out for shimmers and for splats and all that kind of stuff. So we are using my splatter box to put that in there, and then just using one of the fan brushes. I like that a lot more to get that down there. All right, moving over to my stamp positioner. Another cost cutting. I just can't afford, unfortunately, a Misty at this point. I do keep on telling myself, as soon as this channel or my TikTok, if you haven't gotten over there, definitely go over there and follow my TikTok. I do live, everything falls. I do live card videos over there, and we're having tons of fun over there. But I said, as soon as I start making money on my TikTok or on this channel, which this channel unfortunately has kind of After the Christmas season, it kind of, gets want, and I can't earn watch hours, unfortunately. I have so much, plenty enough subs, and the watch hours are just so hard to come by, that I am going to treat myself to a mini Misty. So, if you can, watch those ads, right? Watch those ads. I'm just joking with you guys. Don't worry about it. Eventually, it will get there. Putting in the work. But I told myself, yes, that. I did, though, invest recently in the Ohuhu markers. I figured that I already have a stamp positioning tool. It works. I have issues with it. Like, there's no corners to this stamp positioner, so it is hard to line up things again after you've moved it, if you don't exactly get it right on that line. So that's my biggest thing. But for the most part, it works. It just, there's quirks, but as you just heard me say, I invested in Ohuhu markers, and I'm not using them. I'm using my triple tri-blends, or my tri-blend Spectrum Noirs, just for browns. I felt like the Ohuhu markers came with a great set of the rainbow, except for browns. And I think that's because it's in their skin tones, which I have a lot of browns in my tri-blends. So for right now, I'm just going to use my tri-blends for browns. And you'll see the Ohulus come out. So, but I am loving those. It's just taken a minute to kind of get the color combinations down. But I'm getting there. The more you use them, the more they come, and that's what I've been trying to do. And I probably shouldn't be doing it when I'm live, but it is what it is. I believe right here I'm using the tan and the tan extend markers of my tri-blends. I do love this color for little foxies. The main reason I went to the Ohulu markers is because I felt like a lot of these markers were super dark. I don't get the very light markers that the Copic marker people get, like the BG triple zeros and all that kind of stuff. So I got a little bit closer in the Ohulu markers, not as close as I was hoping, but again, I didn't get the complete set, so I will be looking into that further, like I said, when hopefully, I make more money doing this and I can put my invest back into my stash. So, all right, so there you see, there is the set of Ohulu markers that I have. I have decided to go in color groups instead of numbers. So that is how my markers are all set up, as you can see there. I will put a link to this setup, or this page, however you want to call it. I can't remember whose blog it is, but it's on there. I felt like this has helped me a lot with color combinations instead of just going by numbers. So otherwise, here we are with our grays. This is my first time with markers, and I forgot to put the caps out. I'm so sorry. I will remember to do that here the next time, because I know people like to use the lids. I also need to get into the habit of not putting the lids on every single time. As you can see here, I'm like on off lids and then I probably just triggered people, and now that's all you're gonna see, right? Use some grays on that bunny. He's so cute. So what we are doing, as you can kind of see, is the top little sled is going to be going down the snow hill that you'll see here, I put together here in a minute, and then the fox with the little bunny is going to be pulling up another hill. I just thought it was a cute little idea, and honestly, I am trying to go through any stamps that I have not used yet and make cards out of them. That has been my goal. I, again, don't have the budget to order a stamp if I finally do get one and then not ever use it. So at the end of the season, with a lot of the sales on Christmas stuff, I did get several stamp sets that, were on great sale, and just put them away. obviously, I think that we were probably all Christmased out by that point. So now that it's been a month or two, it's like, okay, I want to pull these back out and start making some. So the other exciting thing that I have started, as the people on TikTok have been kind of begging for on my lives, is putting my cards in TikTok shop. So that's kind of different and weird. But I have done that. Mainly my Mother's Day cards that I'm starting. So if you'd like to see those, let me know. Also, again, I will link the TikTok shop or my TikTok below in the comments, and I would love if you would go over there if you are on that platform. I know a lot of people aren't. That is fine, but it is just a fun space to do lives, and you can listen to music and a lot of things that YouTube just doesn't allow you to do. Yeah, like I can watch a show, and if because sometimes when I do lives over here, I am a very, very, very small creator, very small. And so a lot of the times when I do lives on YouTube, I'm sitting by myself, and that's okay. You gotta start somewhere, right? Sitting by myself, doing it, and having fun. If a couple people pop in and out of there, that type of thing. But generally with YouTube, you have to sit in silence because you will get, copyrighted if you have music or TV in the background. And TikTok, you don't. So that's because I believe you don't make money off of the TikTok live itself. You make money supposedly off of, the gifts that you get and, the badges or something. I don't know. Guys, I just pushed live. I have no idea what I'm doing over there. I'm learning, but all right, we're pretty much done with our coloring there. You seen I did color my polar bear, my little bear. Well, I made it a polar bear. I don't know if it was a polar bear. I added a little bit of blue in there just to give him a little dimension, not much. And that's where, like I was talking about, I would love to have lighter colors because I really have to work that blue. It was like the ice blue one, and you really got to work that out of there. So that's kind of the thing that I've been talking about with just lighter. I decided to go purple and pull that purple, that Seedless Preserves in their little scarves. I thought that was adorable. And then I did do like a teal green down here on the bottom. Again, I forgot to show caps. I'm sorry. I will get that, I swear. But in this guy's little scarf down here. Sorry, computer just made a noise at me, and I have no idea where the noise came from. All right, so we are going to wrap up the coloring and switch back to, and you can see over there my background. I know, it looked a little sketchy in the beginning, but you can now see that it's blending nicely. Sometimes you just have to let it sit in the paper too and absorb all of that ink. So using the dies. Oh, I did forget. These are my favorite thing, stamps, right? Yes. Dashing Through the Snow. Yes, Dashing Through the Snow. I will have the links down below. It is an older set, but it's still available on their site. I made sure to, I was hoping to make sure that everything was still available over on their site. And this one was. Now we just cut down a piece of paper, and you can see I am kind of flipping the sketch a little bit, just because of the way that my animals were positioned. I didn't want to do any mirror stamping or anything. That's getting a little too much when you can just change the direction of the hill. That's fine. It's just a sketch. You can do whatever you would like with it. So I am using some snow dies, actually from Honeybee, a Honeybee stamp. I think it's Santa's Village. I've used this stamp set a ton. It's one of my first stamp sets I ever got when I got into card making, and I've used this stamp set a lot, especially the snowy dies. So all right, so there's my first snow layer, and then we are going to just flip it and use my second one. I end up accidentally using the wrong one for a minute. It's all good. You'll see that I kind of like switch it midway. I'm like, I picked up the wrong one somewhere along the way. had too many hills out. See right there? It's a long, tiny, skinny one. And I did it. Oh, I was having, again, major issues with my camera, which is my phone. I did just use the pink leftover ink from my brush and just a little bit on those snow hills so that it gave it a little bit of dimension and you could see those little hills. And now you can see I'm just kind of lining that up. I love that it looks like it's a nighttime sky, and that they're just having fun after the sun goes down. I mean, the sun goes down so early in the winter, right? It can be like 5 o'clock and they're just getting out of school and the sun's going down already. Or they could be, you know, in the North Pole and, you know, these are like the Northern Lights. So next stamp set is the Let It Snow stamp set. Oh gosh. This is Hello Bluebird. That's right. This one's Oh Hello Bluebird. Again, if I get any of these wrong, I'm sorry. I should have pulled over the stamps when I was doing this. They're probably pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. But I think this is Oh Hello Bluebird. Again, another one of my top-notch favorites in the stamp world. I mainly go between Hello Bluebird and my favorite things. And I do, Mama Elephant. Those are my favorites. I do love Lawn Fawn. Sometimes their images are just a little too small for me, but I love Lawn Fawn for their interactive. They come up with the best interactive dies. But again, a lot of those dies are very specific and, sorry guys. And I just... not sure what I was saying before. I had to stop the video and my audio was messing up. But anyways, so we were going to put on that second snow hill. And then I was like, ooh, I had already put a stitched edge around the border and I really wanted that to keep on going. So I had to send that back through my die cutting machine. Didn't go great, didn't go horribly, but didn't go great, to tell you the honest truth. Don't do that. Try and just do it all at the end, I guess. I don't know. Or I probably should have just done it before I stuck the snow hills on, I think is how others do it. It is what it is. So we're going to send that through. Then, so then it was, and it also got like crinkly. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyways, it happens. It's okay. It all works out in the end, so it's no big deal. See me, I'm like, oh, what happened here? It got all wrinkly. Die cutting machine just didn't like it. So I'm just cutting off the edges. Now, what it did do, because I did send it through upside down. Normally, I cut into my magnetic mat. Is that it put a little texture on the snow, and I wasn't mad at it. I was like, normally I would be, but I really wasn't mad at it. It like put like a little bit of texture in my snow, and you know, I was just like, okay. So here I am setting up for some heat embossing. I'm just going to use my Versamark. I need to look for like a white pigment ink because I think doing that with white embossing does make it look a lot better. I think that's what I'm doing right here is looking for a white ink, and I could have swore I had one. Who knows? I probably do. It's probably in my stash somewhere. I just used it once and then didn't like it or something. I don't know. But using it when you're white or when you're using white embossing, it definitely like fills in the little gaps that the white doesn't quite cover. And again, this is the issue with this stamp positioner is I went to go line it back up and do a double emboss. I couldn't line it back up. Once I took it out of there, I just couldn't get it exactly lined up. If it's, you know, again, I don't have another edge other than that edge that's right there. And it's hard to get it because there was like, yeah, see, it's just, it does look good on video. In life, it's just a little bit off, but it is what it is. So you're going to see me try. I end up wiping off the Versamark or whatever. Again, and I've lost one of my magnets. It's on this table somewhere as I had it during a live. It's probably stuck to something. It's probably stuck to a die or something. I don't know. I need to go through and find it and clean up a little bit today. Sorry for my head. I was trying to get it lined up again, guys. And then I looked down. I'm like, no, it's not lined up. We're not even going to try that. We would ruin the whole card. And I am way too far to do that. So again, it looks good from, you know, from far away. They're going to be looking at the cute little critters, right? All right. So the next thing that we are going to do is just put those critters down. Oh, we are going to pop them up on some good foam tape. I just got this off of Amazon. No big deal. Nice big roll of it because I was going through it like mad woman between my scrapbooking and card making. I was going through it. So next up you will see on my channel is another scrapbooking video. So I'll kind of go back and forth. Let me know what you think. I always, you know, even if you're not a card maker, I think that watching people color and do card making is pretty relaxing. I don't know. It might not be for everybody. But there's a lot of, you know, crossover between scrapbooking and card making. So I figured it isn't too bad. And I'm definitely not going to make another darn channel just for card making. So I'll just kind of, you know, put them in here a little bit. And then, you know, who knows? Like myself, I could turn somebody into a card maker. Anyways, there they are. Look at how cute they are. I love it. And now we are going to make our card base. So I was just sitting there and I'm like, oh, I can't make a card base out of this. I'm like, oh, wait, it is horizontal. Yes, I can. So our card base is just going to be 5.5 by 9. No, by 8.5. 5.5 by 8.5 because you need 4.25 on the short side twice, which would be 8.5. Just using your score buddy type thing or score table, whatever you want to call it, scoreboard, and doing that right at 4.25. And then we are just going to glue on using our Barely Arts glue to the card base. And oh, and then I think I'm going to be adding in some white highlights because white highlights do everything for these critters. They just lighten them up. I love adding little white highlights to them. At first I was like, you know, when I would see these card pictures, I'd be like, come on now. Like, that's a bit too much. Now I am like a white highlight person, I tell you. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I would love if you would put a little snowflake in the comment below if you've gotten this far. And there is our final card with a little bit of sparkle on there too. So cute. Love it. And we have a Christmas card done. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.